So this is not my first time filming this video. I finished this book quite a while ago. First time I tried to review it, it was like half an hour, completely scattered thoughts. It was like the worst thing. No, I didn't even finish editing it. I've also had like no time to pull out my camera and start filming again, so I apologize, this is a few weeks late. And maybe you're all over it at this point. So first of all, this is a discussion and review of Allegiant by Veronica Roth. So if you haven't read the whole Divergent series, I don't know what you think you're doing watching an Allegiant review, but you need to go away because I'm spoiling it all. Everything is getting spoiled. Even if you think you know what's gonna happen, you might not. Because there are lots of false information givers out there. So if you have not finished this yet, please go away and don't spoil yourself, because that's the last thing I want to do here. I just want to talk about it. So go away. Spoiling in 5, 4, 3, 2, not even lying. 1, oh, okay. Alright, so, I didn't know how to talk about this for a while. 10 minutes after I finished the book, I did that live show with my friends Christine, Kat, Jessie, and Jessica. I'll leave a link to that 2-hour-long live show we did on Allegiant. If you want to watch it, it's on my friend Kat's channel, Catty-tastic. Links. So it's so weird to think that Tris is dead, and this is where my thoughts get really scattered. I don't know if I liked the book or not. It wasn't my favorite of the series. It wasn't even my second favorite. It was my least favorite, but it wasn't bad, because there were a lot of things that were predictable and seemingly pointless, but then there were a lot of things that completely caught me off guard, and I feel like they were so different from everything that I'm used to in stereotypical dystopian books, and that's kind of why I love this series. I went into this book expecting Peter to die, expecting Marcus to die, expecting Caleb to die, and kind of expecting Tobias to die. But not Tris, no, I never even crossed my mind. At least her death had a reason, and it wasn't just some random thing that happened that Veronica Roth wanted to ruin our lives about. I always joke about how authors are so evil and they plot against their readers, but this was planned out. She's known that this was going to happen since she started the series. Tris almost sacrificed herself in Divergent, but it wasn't quite right, and the same thing for Insurgent. It just wasn't right, but this time she did it for the right reasons, and she did it for love. It had a whole lasting impact. She saved everything. Now, the first time I reviewed this book, these were not my thoughts at all. I was a mess. I was like, why can this not happen? It is very odd to have the narrator of this series die. That just doesn't happen, right? Like, I've gotten comments before that are like, we know this person isn't gonna die because it's in his or her point of view. Our narrator grew so much with us and then died. Now, that's kind of the reason I also did not like the point of view changing in this book. What is the difference between Tris's voice and Tobias's voice? Is it something that I'm not picking up on? Because they were like exactly the same. Every time it was a Tobias chapter and Tris was there in the scene, I always thought it was Tris talking, and then I'd have to go back and like rethink the thoughts and be like, okay, this is Tobias, not Tris. Tris doesn't feel this way, but it's the same writing style. There's nothing different. It's the same font. It's the same thought process. I think Veronica Roth forgot that she was writing from Tobias's point of view sometimes. It would literally take Tris talking in Tobias's chapters for me to realize that it was Tobias's chapters. It was so pointless. And when did we not know what was going on? Like when Tobias sneaks out at night, it would have been nice to hear about that from Tris's point of view and have Tobias tell the story, have there be some sort of mystery, like what's going on with Tobias, why is he disappearing, what's happening here. We always knew because we went to Tobias's point of view, and it was annoying, and he's just so whiny, and I just did not like hearing from him. I definitely preferred 4 in Divergent to Tobias in Insurgent and Allegiant, because he's kind of really annoying. What I would have liked to see is the whole book from Tris's point of view until like the 40 pages after she dies, and then it's that chapter when she dies, and then we go to Tobias's point of view. Because at that point, he's doing something that we care about, right? So we have Tris, and then we flip to Tobias. He's in the city, and he's not really fixing stuff. Then he comes back, and he finds out about Tris, and then we go on all those big, short chapters about how much he hates that she's dead, and she was just there. I did enjoy the epilogue. I thought it was nice. Like, it was one of those good endings. So many people disagree with me on that. It was a nice ending. It could have just been things are kind of resolved and then Tris dies and then bam, the end. But we know what happens. We have 2 years later. It's not just open. I mean, thank God for that. There are a lot of things I would have done differently if I were writing this book. Like, the entire what's outside the gates. I didn't love that. I thought they'd be in the city for a little bit longer in this book. I don't know, like, why, but I was glad that they left because I was bored in the city. It was like, what's happening here? I loved when Tobias, like, tricked Caleb into thinking that they were gonna go kill him right then. That was a better moment in Tobias's little journey with us. They leave the gates, and it's just this airport with these weird scientists that are like, you're genetically pure, and you're genetically damaged, and the genetically pure are the divergent, and they're the normal people. Like, the readers figured out that, like, 2 books ago. Here's 300 pages of Tobias whining about that. All of Tobias and Tris's arguments were so frustrating. There definitely were 2 sides to the argument, but Tris's side was always the side that I was on. I'm just so damaged and no one likes me and I'm not pure. No, you're the same exact person that you were yesterday. No, I'm not. Well, okay then. Now, did anyone else think for like a split second with each character that there would be like a love shape? Was when Tris started talking to Matthew and then Tobias started talking to Nita, and I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. There were some hints about that. I'm not going crazy. There were hints in the words in the book, and then nothing happened. Glad nothing happened. But what was that? One thing that I did really love about this book was the whole story with her mom. I loved all that. The whole thing with David and her letters and how, like, everything changed. We could see what was happening and how she met her father and they went to abnegation together and that was so sweet. That's something that should be put in a novella. And the whole thing with David, I mean, hate David at the end, but still. It's like David is Snape and Natalie was Lily and Tris's dad is James. That would make Tris Harry Potter, except she didn't have a damn Horcrux, so she died. That's what we need in this book. We need Horcruxes. Where are the Horcruxes in Divergent? So that was something that I loved about this book. Probably my favorite part about the book. I also love the writing. That's something that I've loved in all these books. Veronica Roth is just such a beautiful writer. It doesn't even matter what's going on with the plot. I could just read her words for days. My eyes just flow through the pages. I read these books faster than most things that I read. So Tory'S Death and Uriah's Death. I was pretty upset about Tory'S death and then how George was like still there and he was like, oh, I hear you're with my sister. She's not there. Ooh, that was tough. Did Uriah need to die? Like, really? Peter can't die, Marcus can't die, Caleb can't die, Tris has to die, Uriah had to die. Really? Are you really? The new characters in this book, I never really trusted them, and I think that's something that caught a lot of people off guard because usually we feel like we know these characters really well. We either like them or don't like them, but these characters, they were just like, I don't know how I feel about you. Like, you're new here, you say you're trying to help us, and you're trying to destroy all these people, and it doesn't feel right, and I think that's kind of what she was going for. I gave Allegiant 4 stars out of 5, while I gave Divergent and Insurgent 5. So it wasn't a bad book. It was just less good than the ones before, I think. I think if things were done a little bit differently, maybe like one more draft, I think I would have liked it a whole lot more. There were just a lot of times where I felt like I didn't know where it was going and I was just waiting for something big to happen, and that didn't happen till like 500 pages in. If Veronica Roth made a prequel to this series, I would totally read it, but it has to be like a good prequel, not one that you make because your readers demand it or one that you think you can make more money off of. Like, something really good, because I want to know more about what happened in the past 8 decades between the big war and now. Like, what have they been doing? I mean, they come in to outside the gates and then everything happens? Like, what's been going on this whole time? I'd like to know more about everyone and everything that's been going on since then. I know there are the 4 novellas. I don't know if there are 4 of them, but they're about 4. And that'll be released as a paperback in February, so I will probably read those in that paperback. Overall, Allegiant was good but not great, and this was a completely amazing and beautiful series. I did get to meet Veronica Roth, and I got her autograph from here. Bam! It was super great meeting her, and it was such a fun day. I met lots of viewers, and we watched Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and we watched her talk up there, and it was fun. Also, I almost forgot, while I was at the signing, they were giving out these big tubes of posters, and there were 10 of them in there. So I'm keeping 5 for myself. I put 1 on my wall, and I gave some away to my friends and family that like the series. But I have 5 of these Allegiant posters that I'm giving away. They're not gigantic like normal poster sizes, but they're nice to have on the wall or just to have. And it's super easy to win one of these. All you have to do, have a Twitter account. It's not that hard if you don't have a Twitter. Just sign up. It'll take you like a minute. You must be following me on Twitter. I am @TheBookTuber. Tweet this video, say something about it, leave the link, use #Allegiant and #TheBookTuber. I will find you from the #TheBookTuber. So it's imperative that you use that if you don't do anything else. So follow me on Twitter, tweet about this video, leave the link to it, #Allegiant, #TheBookTuber. It's all you gotta do. Also, you have to live in the US. I don't know how to ship internationally, and it's just a poster, so I feel like the big hassle is not worth it. I'm really sorry if you live outside of the US. I wish there was something I could do about it to make it easier, but that's just the reality of it. And you have to be following me on Twitter so I can DM you, and I will do that and get your information. So if you don't go on Twitter regularly and you plan on entering this, make sure you check Twitter every couple of days so you can see if I've DM'd you, because if you don't respond to me in like a week, then I'm just gonna pick someone else. And there are 5 winners, so you have a better chance of winning it than a normal giveaway, because I'm picking 5 people and just completely random. Just random, so just go enter. You want this poster. I mean, I know it's just a poster, but what am I gonna do with 10 of them? You have until December 14th, 2013. I don't know what time of day, just get it done by then. Anyway, so I'll see you guys very soon. I have some exciting things going on in December that I think you'll like. So, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about Allegiant in the comments, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.
Okay, so I'm about to tell you at the end of Allegiant because I read ahead of Tiernan and he doesn't want to know about it, and I need to tell somebody about it. I mean, yeah, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a big deal. Spoiler. She's dead. She's never coming back. Tris's dead. I don't know what... There's still 30 more pages left, and I'm just like, why am I even reading this? It's just about Tobias grieving. So, I don't know. I didn't know what to do with myself after I read it. I was just kind of like this, and I wanted to, you know, like, lay in bed and not get out of bed all day and just stuff my face with leftover Halloween candy, pretty much. Like, I was just like... This is like my favorite book series, I'm not gonna lie. So it killed me inside, just a little piece of me to know that she died. So yeah, you're gonna have to edit a lot of this out, Tiernan.